And in the event that this were a diss track,
it would be hard.
That's the way you do it.
That would end all of that shit that T.I. was talking about very fast. Very fast.
All right, so it was a big week for 50 Cent. He was going hard this week. Ooh, pause.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
He was going strong on the Instagram. He's saying he about to drop that T.I. and Tiny documentary, Surviving T.I.P. Pause.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
He released a diss track, the intro to Power. Now we got to see what the Joe Budden podcast had to say about all of this. You better like the video. You better subscribe. Let's get it.
I think Leon Thomas had the best drop today, though. That 50 snippet.
From a show.
Power.
Right?
Power.
That shit is amazing.
What's it called? Power. It's like the.
It's like a spin-off.
Legacy.
Yeah. It's another
50
spin-off.
gonna kill a theme song, boy.
Yeah, and a documentary apparently.
Yeah.
This was part 7. What was it like of the 50 Cent T.I. beef? Now he responded on Instagram saying he's willing to write he said, I'm going to respond. He said, remember how quiet I get before I go after people, basically. And then he threatened a T.I. and Tiny documentary.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he mentioned sexual assault allegations. He made a whole thing, and he deleted it. If I remember correctly, he Instagrammed and deleted it.
I need people to stop pointing that, like, because a lot of people say, oh, well, he deleted it as if he takes it back. 50 deletes everything.
Yeah, that's not a take back.
Yeah, it's not a take back. He posts it.
A lot.
He lets the blogs grab it, lets it garner the attention. It lives over there, and then he removes it off his page. It's not him walking anything back.
It's part of his mystique. And
Exactly.
T.I.
He does this with everything. Okay.
No, I was just going to say T.I. response. I was just trying to pull up T.I.'s response. Because a lot of people thought that would actually push. Dead it. Like, almost like, I'm gonna scare you into not saying anything. T.I. basically was like, we're not afraid of a documentary. We can go doc for doc. I'll make one about you too. He called him a fuck nigga and then said, let's go. And then tweeted a link to his music. So this feels like the thing that I was afraid of.
It's going outside of music.
Yeah, like now we're gonna go doc for doc.
It's corny.
I like a doc now.
I like a good doc.
I like docs more than music right now.
But not like this.
Those are the best docs.
Yeah, I don't.
Revenge docs though?
I hate it.
I hate y'all.
That Puff Doc was out of here.
It was great.
I almost hate how good that documentary is if you think about the reasons behind it. Like, I think that's corny. I think it's corny to make the T.I. Tiny doc about sexual assault allegations because of this. I think that's corny. I just think it's whack. I don't care.
Can the ends justify the means? Like, let's just say the accusations are true. Allegedly, let's just say that they're true.
I don't even know the accusations.
There's some
They were
accusations
dumb
out there.
years ago.
There was
Dumb.
But let's say that they are true. And justice for the victim, getting that story out, would that justify the corny shit that it took to get this route?
Niggas gotta stop using victims for their revenge.
That's the thing.
But I'm just saying,
That's the part I don't like.
And that's what's getting
somebody
more
really
and more
did-
And if you're gonna do
frustrating
that, then I just
to
don't
me.
want to hear the justice for the victim.
We had the same conversation, and what Mark said to me was, well, none of those documentars, all of them are trying to get money when you think about it that way, which is true.
Absolutely.
And I was kind of like, stop there, but I don't give a fuck. It's corny. I think it's corny. And I
agree with you.
I hate the fact that people try to pretend like victims have anything to do. Nobody gives a fuck about the victim. That's not in these situations. That has nothing to do with the victim.
50 don't pretend it does.
Come on, bro.
He's just like, I got your ass now.
I got some shit on
But
you.
he'll say
Cool.
it, he'll use the words, the victims and shit like that. He'll use that verbiage. So
Yeah.
it's still, that shit's ass. And the fact that people want me to believe that a person that's doing stuff like that is a happy, like, person, healthy, sane person is like, okay.
Not necessarily. I'm
That shit
not saying justice for victims.
I agree.
My point is, if someone is out here committing these acts,
Then yes, I want to see the doc.
that's what I'm saying.
I want to see the doc.
Even if
and it
it's
justifies the
corny
means.
shit that it took to get to the doc, if someone is really doing these things,
I wanna see a
think
good
that
doc
should be
about corny
that
shit.
should be put out there.
Yeah, I think.
And I'm not talking about T.I. I'm just saying anybody. If you out here doing this shit, like the Puff shit, so what? It came from corny shit. He was doing some of this shit.
Yeah, that's right, Ice. It's the right thing.
I think both of what y'all saying are true. I think regardless of the reason for doing it, if it gives justice to victims, great. that doesn't mean it's not corny.
Right.
It still could, yeah.
I want to
Two things can be
remind
true.
you of allegedly what happened. It was almost like a thing where, and you correct me if I'm saying it wrong, because it's old, but it was like that they would have nights where they would bring women back in their bed, and then it was stories of like being drugged or given ecstasy or being taken advantage of. So instead of it being just a normal me and my wife fuck bitches together, that they're, being forced into it. And I remember one of the girls that got real popular behind it, like she was like shut down, like everything she said was not. And I don't even want to go into that too much because that bitch would be in my DM.
Yo, I love
Sister,
when podcasters do that.
Sister, please
Go into it and then don't
They
go
give
into it.
all the old tea
because
that nobody's talking.
The reason why I'm saying I don't want to go into it is because she was championing her own shit, and the type of person she is, that bitch will be in my DM and 10 minutes after this shit drop. And it's like, I don't remember word for word what happened to you, sister. I'm sorry that happened to you. Okay? Allegedly, if it happened or it didn't happen, but everybody dogpiled her, but that's what people do to victims. So that's not like, that doesn't negate the fact whether it was true or not.
Right.
But T.I. and Tiny won. Whatever lawsuit, whatever, they won. So according to, the law or whatever, they're innocent, as of then. That's where everybody kind of left it. Like it wasn't true. You know what I mean?
Do you guys mind if I hear the Leon Thomas song?
Yeah.
There we go. Let's hear that.
This shit's fire.
Nah, Parks just put a little battery in my back, low key. Parks just put a little New York battery in my back. I was ready to let this topic just flow by smoothly. But I don't know now. Hold up for a second.
You can do what he want now.
Hold up
Might
for a
be
second.
too hard for a
This is
TV
for
show.
a show?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is power.
So my question to y'all, I don't care. I'm not watching it. I don't give a fuck about that. My question to y'all, because somebody up here said 50 can't probably even make a diss track.
I might have said that.
can't he
And
do it?
my bad.
I might have said that too.
And I said that I would never bet against somebody like 50 when it comes to a diss track. And I don't know if this is a diss track. However,
Wait.
if it were to be,
Y'all said 50 can't make a diss track?
No,
I said I don't know if 50 can still. He hasn't rapped in so long.
Yeah, we were just saying
That's all
he's
I'm
like
saying.
in shape, like in rap shape.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
Okay.
So
This
what
makes
I'm-
It was in the
what
context
I'm-
of battling T.I.
Got it.
Why
Okay.
doesn't he? When you hear this, the first thing you think is, why the fuck can't you just make a song towards T.I.? That's what I
well,
think.
when I hear this, I'm asking, in the event that this were a diss track,
It would be hard.
That's the way you do it.
that would end all of that shit that T.I. was talking about very fast. Very fast.
If I was putting a diss track
Quickly.
out, that's the way I'm going to do it, though. I got
Quickly.
the show.
Like if he starts saying some slick shit on this and one of these singing
I think
niggas
there
come in
was a little bit
crooning,
of slick shit.
It's
in here.
towards the
end.
So-
can you start this over?
Yeah,
It's
sure.
towards
It's
the end
switching
when
in
he
there.
starts.
You want me to start from the top?
Yes.
Or
Yeah,
okay.
no, I want to hear Leon Thomas again.
Previously on Power.
I like
he
the
got no
Kanan
corny
theme
one.
song.
The
I like
Tommy
all the
shit.
He ain't got a
50 shit,
bad
but-
theme song.
He
Them
don't
shits
have a
are
corny
heat.
one. Yeah, he
Yeah,
don't
he
have
don't.
a corny one.
They all crazy actually.
So why can't?
Yeah, y'all gotta stop playing with 50 when it comes to some of these diss tracks. It was a little crazy up here.
It may be.
I know we were in the midst of the T.I. barrage,
Yeah.
so we were in the moment.
I still take T.I. in that battle if it happened.
Well,
But
because I don't think 50 got the time to go do this 5 times.
Right.
But in the event that he did, that sounds nuts.
That's fire.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I want to say this. I don't know what kind of witchcraft that boy Parks is up in there doing with that audio setup. Cause he played that 50 track and it sounded totally different from when I heard it on Twitter. Now, granted, I got a whole setup here. I got the expensive headphones and all that other stuff. So I can listen to some music and some high quality. But it made me think, damn, I should have really sat down and listened to this little Leon Thomas intro because it was fire. But see, Leon Thomas, he one of them guys, he the hot R&B dude right now. He touch anything and it's a hit. And look, 50 was coming. Pause.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
50 was rapping really well. I feel like I don't know why, like every time I start, talking about the Joe Budden podcast, I get into my New York bag and everything is pause and I don't want to sound too sus. You would think I was on Dykeman or something like that. I'm chilling in the Bronx or something. Anyway, 50 did sound really good on that track. But once again, it's an intro. He playing around. But I was like, yeah, why can't we see 50 do this on an official diss track? But, 50's thing is, I'm not going to help T.I. with his rollout. But also, I think he wants to play it cool just to show people like, hey, I could rap if I wanted to. So I'm gonna hit y'all with this little teaser right here. I'm gonna throw some shots at the end. I'm gonna talk about, somebody mama eating coochie. And I'm gonna leave it at that and say, oh, this is an intro to a show. And I saw people online like, oh my God, this is gonna come on every week for the show. He made a diss track that T.I. gotta listen to for the whole season, every season. And so yeah, y'all add all these extra layers to everything 50 Cent does. It's like, oh yeah, he's really thought it out. It's a master plan. And look, I gotta give it to him. If that's what he was thinking, it's fire. It's a cool little comeback, all right? Now let's get into this documentary. I put out a video about this. I didn't even check what the video did. I don't know if y'all like that video or not. My phone wasn't blowing up, so I'm thinking the video didn't do that well. I'll have to check. But I told y'all, it's a lot of reasons I could see 50 Cent trolling about this documentary. And y'all can tell even the Joe Budden pod, they kind of felt the same way because they didn't dive too much into the documentary. Mona had the most to say. Like, this is going to be a week where we really get to hear Mona talk, at least on one of my videos, because sometimes Mona don't be really adding into the conversations that we be trying to have, especially if it's about hip-hop or a new album. But this week, I feel like she was the only one who really talked about it. But you can tell that the rest of the pod kind of agreed, where it's like, doing these documentaries and stuff like that, it is corny. But at the end of the day, remember when I told y'all, and this was before T.I. responded, I told y'all 50 is not in a place now where he could do a documentary about T.I. and then T.I. doesn't have any smoke for him. King put enough stuff on his Instagram to where anybody with a couple of dollars can make a documentary about 50 Cent too, right? And honestly, I think it might be a little worse for 50 because, yeah, 50 can get, I heard it was 10 females to talk about this situation with T.I. and Tiny, but I don't know, man. T.I. might be able to get your baby mama and your son on camera describing, a whole bunch of crazy shit. And I feel like that will be way worse than you pulling up these girls talking about something that happened many years ago that T.I. was never prosecuted for. He never got in trouble for it. And I kept telling y'all that's a difference too. See, when he made the Diddy doc, yeah, we know why he was mad at Diddy, because Diddy took his bitch. But he could still mask it and say, Diddy was such a monster. Look at all of these victims. T.I. is not going through a situation like that. T.I. ain't in court. Everybody in the world isn't saying T.I. is a monster. So it's not going to hit the same. But if T.I. or anybody who 50 was beefing with just got his baby mama and his son on camera together talking crazy, it's gonna hit a little different. I'm just being real with y'all. The shock value would be higher for that. Like if they both came out the same day, you gonna go watch 50 Cent baby mama and his son talk crazy about 50 before you gonna watch 10, 20 females talk about T.I. and Tiny. You're watching the 50 Cent doc first, okay? I'm just being real. I'm not saying you won't watch both. We gonna watch both. I'm just saying the hype would be a little more surrounding 50 Cent's baby mama and his son. And we talking about his oldest son, the one that he don't have nothing to do with. King had people talking about, hey, we let 50 make a Diddy doc and he got all of these past accusations in his closet. He got all of these skeletons. And this was the dude talking about Diddy. I saw a lot of people saying that. So that's why it hits a little different now. So he might just want to troll on Instagram, do his shows. He do got shows coming out. I just don't know if I can, say for sure this documentary is coming out. Okay. Also, we know 50 can cap. You got Jim Jones and Mano, and look, I will say that 50 has more motion than Jim Jones and Mano and whatever they got going on over there at that podcast. Let's rap about it. But they're still saying 50 didn't buy that building. They didn't get kicked out of the building. 50 is cap. So 50 could have just been on Instagram trolling about buying the building and all that other stuff. He might have been cool with the landlord, but remember, they said the landlord got escorted out by the police or something like that, and 50 didn't post that video because that didn't serve his purposes, right? He's there to clown Jim Jones and Mano. He ain't there to, show that they could be telling the truth about the situation, right? So that's pretty much all I got for y'all this week. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about the pod talking about this, and do y'all want to see a T.I. and Tiny documentary by 50 Cent? Or do you want to see the 50 Cent documentary by T.I.? Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all better like the video. You better subscribe. Let's get it.